I'm convinced. I am convinced that I know the reason that God rested on Sunday. And it had to have been he knew he was about to create woman, and that was going to take him all day on Monday. And if as an infant I had known he was going to let me cross that path someday, well, let's say, I never would have spent all those Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays out in the club. Because if God made woman on Monday, then let's say on Tuesday God had to have made love, which means on Wednesday, well, let's say, God had to have made sex. Because after seeing woman, he knew that's how every man would want to spend every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday that he had left, to the point like God on Sunday, he would have to rest. But that's only after he got up early in the morning, ran in the church, hand clutched tight towards his chest, and thank God that he made y'all on that Monday. Knowing one has to be specifically for me and she be perfect in more than one way. And I know some theologians say, Kenneth, all God has to do is speak and things are done. And I'm sure as God was out creating the mass complexity of our universe, he probably spoke some things into existence just for fun. Like I'm sure he spoke and hung the sun instantaneously. Therefore, I'm borderlining on blasphemy. For me to insinuate that God cannot have created woman immediately, but the God I love loves honesty. So let me say, God, honestly, every time I stop and look at how beautifully woman was created, I know when you were up in heaven about to make them, you had to have waited. With every brushstroke, I know you must have contemplated. Knowing making women so beautiful would cause many men to sin, I know you must have hesitated until you thought about their beauty on this earth multiplied every time they procreated. And after you were done, I'm sure you sat back and praised yourself. Because when I got one, I was amazed myself. Then she gave me a son that looks just like me, so it's like I get to raise myself, redoing all the wrongs I'd done before I met her. So you gave me two messiahs, because just belief in the right woman can help a man save himself. And I know that line, well, that line may be borderlining on hell. And I'm not saying I don't believe in God. I'm just saying I'm not buying everything that the good book has to sell. Like how could a God that could meticulously create this universe with stars and planets that go around mention woman in the Bible as an afterthought, something he thought we needed to hold us down? And I think if she wasn't invented first, she had to be part of the original plan. And maybe that verse was just a quote, something written by man. And I'm not trying to be cursed. I don't rock the boat. I'm just saying that me, Kenneth Young, I'm convinced that I know the reason that God rested on Sunday. And it had to have been he knew he was about to create woman, and that was going to take him all day on Monday.